morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to THFC Till I Die. Welcome, Dermot, because I want a grand entrance for the man below us both. I want a grand entrance for him. But how you doing, Dermot?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just wanted to feel what it feels like to be in the Champions League draw. That's what I'm joining you this morning, actually. But we will be in one next season. But I want to say a massive big up to the teams last night, to all the English teams that went through in Europe. You have now put us in second place in the European thing for fifth place. That means the Premier League will get a fifth place for the Champions League next season. And that is so important for Aston Villa fans because that's where they will end up in fifth. So great for Aston Villa. But yeah, I think it's great for the Premier League as a whole that we're going to get the fifth place. And fair play to all the English clubs have done well in Europe. I mean, you've got to give them credit. Well done to Brighton last night. West Ham. I can't say it. Sorry. You lot. Well done, Porto, for not winning. And Liverpool. I will not. Bobby knows I will not give Arsenal any credit. But no, fair play to all the Premier League teams. And Nick, it's great to see you again. And Bobby, thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure coming on with you, sir.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And I want to big up to Geeks because Geeks has been in our chat for I don't know how long. Honestly don't know how long, but for as long as I can remember and since I've been on the Armory. So, Nick, thank you ever so much for coming on for your first stream. And hopefully it's the first stream of many as well. Because like I said to you, I want us to all, I don't want just the hosts and the people in the chat box. I want us to all combine and just get involved in the shows. That's how I look at it anyway. But how are you doing, Nick?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I mean, I'm kind of still pinching myself as an Arsenal fan. You know, it's a bit where right now, top of the table, in the chat, we're in the quarterfinal draw. I just feel so privileged that we're back here in this situation because the Premier League is just so competitive that nobody can take that for granted anymore. I was just, before we came on, I was just thinking about the teams that aren't in this. Yeah. You know, AC, Juve, Feyenoord, PSV, Ajax, you know, these greats, these giants, Marseille. Yeah. And then you've got Chelsea, United, Tottenham. We're talking about big vehicles, you know, and then you add into that now Villa and Newcastle. It's going to get harder. Yeah. So I'm just enjoying it while it's there because there's going to be seasons when we're not, and there's going to be seasons that when we, and that's just going to be the reality for all of us, I think.
100%, mate. This is why I love you, Geeks. I needed to get you involved in the Armory, mate, because you're just honest and you just say it how it is, and I love it. Oh, look at that! There happens to be another Geek from Muckaway in the chat. But come on, Arsenal.
That's his previously.
I am hoping, win, lose, or draw, we see a better performance as long as we don't get stuffed. Strangely, I think that bigger the team, better the Arsenal. 100%. Luke saying, how long? It's going to be ages. Yeah, it's going to be ages. They're going to have to introduce each person picking the ball, and they're currently showing Wembley, so I'm happy with that. Big up to Peter M, saying big up Bobby, Dermot, and Nick.
Hey, Peter.
Big up,
morning,
Mr.
chaps. My draws, quarters, Real Madrid, semi-final City. Ooh, okay. Bloody hell, Dermot, how desperate to want clubs to win so you can get fifth place.
Tony, look, just go back into your box. Go back into where you came from. We're getting third. We're coming for you. It's not going to be St. Tottering Day again. We are coming for you.
God,
we beat Fulham. We beat Fulham tomorrow. You lot got to play Man City, and if you lose Man City, then we're only 5 points behind you, and we've got a North London derby coming, which I'm not going to, but we will catch you.
Not going to.
No, I couldn't. Financially, I couldn't afford it, so I couldn't justify. €87 for a ticket plus flights and then plus a hotel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, fair
and
enough.
I've been to Tottenham already this season, so I looked at the missus. The missus looked at me. She went, "Do you know when your missus looks at you with them looks like, are you sure you want to do this, right?"
Really
and it's like, and I'm thinking, now this can go two ways. Either end up in the dungeon for the next year, or I play it safe. So I thought I'd play it safe. And I'm not insulting pensioners, Tony.
Play it safe. There's the right answer.
Yeah.
And the answer you want me to give. That's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah. Big up to Tony saying hello to Gigs. Big up to Neil. Isn't he in the US? Neil. He's one of your isn't he in America? Neil Shafton.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in America. Yeah.
Oh, he's up there, isn't he? Big up to Neil.
Like, actually, they're really. I'm really lucky to have such a lovely people in our groups. It's like the full-time set rock and the armory. We can all have banter with one another. It's nice we can all come together. And Nick is spot on when he says we all come together as one fans, as football fans, not as Tottenham and Arsenal fans, as football fans, which is important. But big up to you guys.
Brenny will be joining us. He's just messaging me to say he's running late, so he will be joining us shortly. Don't worry, all Arsenal fans are Nick year or two fans. Wanted Arteta out, and now best thing since him. Okay, got to Liam Hardy.
I mean, I've never been Arteta out. I've kind of always felt that there is a road to travel down. You look at United, what they're going to have to go through.
Yeah,
and you can't get back to the top with what I just mentioned about the competitiveness of the league. If you get 2 years into it and you chop and change your hierarchy, it's just not gonna work.
No, it's not. Big up to Mick Hermeluk. I think that's how you say his name. Morning, Bobby, hey, Dermot, and Nick. Big up to Munzy. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Dermot, wait until we do the business before you start throwing the smackdown. 100%. That's how I look at things as well, Mr. Neil. Very good idea.
Delusional Dermatron. You know that. You know that.
He is. Yeah, he's crazy. Spurs fans can never win. Hate other English clubs, and your City G off your nose to spite your face. Back the English clubs, and you're begging for a Champions League spot, says Greg Zetzelant. Is that how you say his name? Greg Zetzelant?
I call them Greg Cellnet. Do you remember the phones back years ago? BT Cellnet.
Oh yeah, BT Cellnet. Yeah.
That's who Greg is. Big up, Greg. He's a legend.
Let's hope you lot get hammered in the red. Thank you very much, Mumsy.
Oh, well, that's good.
Exactly what competition you stood in?
I thought I was taking that as he just wanted us to have a good round of drinks. That's all.
No, he's a United fan. Right. So yeah. Well, to be fair, mate. Are you in it? I'm not protecting Spurs, but are United in it? That's all I'm saying. Home of Sophie and Clunke. Oh, okay. I know where he is from then. I'm not going to say where it is. Obviously, I know where it is now. Dermot, where your good lady wife went to that club, were you the only male in there? What the heck? What's going on here?
I don't know. We've slipped, haven't we, already? What are we in? 5 minutes in?
Yeah. Leave United out of it. No offence. If you bring Arsenal into it, I'm going to bring your team into it. So
gents, can I ask a quick question just on that? So we were talking about United, just real simple. Erik ten Hag, thinking of the process and everything else, would you keep him in or would you make a change? Do apologise, 1 second.
No worries, mate.
Ooh. I tell you what, Bobby, I don't know how you feel. If you, I tell you one thing, he's given a great answer. That dog, he really is. He gave my answer.
And I'm back. No. That's my puppy letting me know the postman's here.
Yeah.
Puppy? Sorry. What kind of puppy is that?
Sounds like
she sounds ferocious, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's not. She's my gorgeous one. She's a cross between a golden retriever and a Labrador.
Oh, lovely.
So she
what
feels
a lovely combo.
I'll put a picture of her on WhatsApp. She's
yeah, will do, please.
Because she's so cute and fluffy, she feels like she has to be extra ferocious.
She sounds like I thought you had a massive dog.
Don't. She actually filled my shorts just then. Does it to me every time. I'm like, oh, what's good?
To answer your question, Nick, look, I think they should. If you look at what Fergie did, and Fergie didn't get time, and Fergie got time, he becomes successful. I think they should. I think you're right about consistency. You're right about it. Not chopping and changing because it doesn't work. We've done it for years, chopping and changing. It don't work.
No,
it doesn't work. You end up just starting it. It's reap and repent. Stick with Ten Hag. He will get United there eventually. But that's just my opinion. I don't know what Bobby thinks, but
I feel like
Bobby
just
Bobby couldn't care less.
Because I'll get in trouble either way. I personally think Ten Hag should go. That's my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to move on from that because I'll get in trouble.
Well, no,
So,
'cause I think
so what were you going to say,
Dermot
Nick? What
said-
were you thinking?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think what Dermot said at his point there, but because of, I think what Tottenham have done, moving away from the superstar managers, as it were, to get your engine, and that's somebody that's going to build Tottenham, isn't he? Let's face it, he's going to be there a good couple of seasons. Otherwise, you end up with players that are signed over a good few years, and they all to different systems and different ideas, and it's just a fractured squad. So, yeah, it's just United have got a big build going on. So,
United's going to take a couple of years before they get back to anywhere near where they were. But you look at Arsenal. Arsenal were the same. After Wenger, you went through Emery, and then you've gone to Arteta. And I, as a club, I feel you're building, but I don't feel your whole fan base is behind Arteta. And even you've told me that, Bobby, that there is a section. How big is that section, guys, that want Arteta out?
I think it's very focal. I think it's a large enough section. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, the draw's actually starting now. So we've got Essien with the first ball. So let's see what happens here. We'll get into the comments shortly, I promise, people. Limit, it's not that hard to open the ball.
He's doing it, isn't it? It's going to be that is pull, not twist.
Right, so the first
don't worry.
Out
don't worry, be computers.
is Arsenal.
Yes,
Arsenal.
Please Barcelona, please Barcelona, please Barcelona, Real Madrid.
I want a big one. I do want a big one because I honestly believe
they end up
the pressure
getting
off almost.
They'll end up getting Bayern Munich.
Oh, please not. That's the one team I don't want for obvious narratives.
Someone said something in there. I don't. AFT been screaming to get Lego Man out.
I don't take that YouTube channel seriously at all.
Exactly, it's just a YouTube channel. It's not a fan channel.
It's not even that, Bobby.
Right, hang on. Second team is out.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Oh, Harry Kane is coming home to play.
I know. I knew it. I knew that was going to be. That was the one team I didn't want for that because he's going to give you guys so much joy.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wow.
Now, it depends who you get. Are they doing the semi-final draw today as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do all of it, yeah.
I want a Barcelona Real Madrid quarterfinal. I want a El Clasico quarterfinal.
Do you know what? I'm kind of...
This guy needs training on how to open a ball.
I was kind of grateful that Atletico Madrid would have been a nightmare for us after Porto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they play well the other night?
Oh,
I have to
Atletico
say.
Madrid.
Yeah. They were like a team possessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look like Tyson Fury in attendance then.
I wouldn't mind City getting these, to be fair.
That'd be a tricky one, wouldn't it?
I don't think City will beat either Barcelona or Real Madrid, by the way. Either of them.
Oh, don't you?
No. I don't think City are... I've said City are not the same City as last season. They don't look hungry enough. They just want to retain the Champions League. Everything else to them will be a bonus. I think that's what it is. But Bayern Munich.
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Oh, so that sets up some really big ties now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So I think arguably you could say that they're two of the weakest teams in the quarterfinals.
Who, Arsenal and Dortmund?
Funny. It's funny.
See, Bobby only brings me on here for the comedy value. That's all.
Like
team. Round with the lid.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Ooh. So PSG versus Atletico Madrid and Manchester City versus Barcelona. That's what I'm going for.
Well, obviously they're going to have to be separate weeks as well now. The Atletico and Real Madrid games because they can't have the same week.
That's a good point.
It's a bit like Tottenham and Arsenal. We can never play at home. We always have to play one home, one away.
Man City.
That's a corking tie.
Oh,
he looks happy.
It's Barca versus PSG then.
Oh,
who gets home advantage?
I tell you what, with the Mbappe employment situation, he could be
Yeah.
giving the Real Madrid fans an early present, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Very much so. Real Madrid have looked good, though. They really have looked good.
I can't believe the season Bellingham's having.
No, is he still out injured?
Yeah,
I think he
still
is,
top,
isn't
I think
he?
he's still top scorer in the league as well,
He
isn't
is.
PSG at home against Barca. Right. Then I'll move on to the semis.
Me and Bobby will have discussion which games we're showing.
Well, I won't be doing the Arsenal one, mate. I won't have time to do the other ones, unfortunately.
Well, I'll pick which one. We'll have discussion which game we will pick. There's a few good ties in there.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. It is the legend himself for his perfect reaction as well to Bayern Munich. What are you thinking, Bren?
Is that who we got?
Yeah.
That's who we got. Yeah.
Harry Kane is coming home to dump you out of the Champions League.
Well.
He's actually coming home, but then again, his home is Highbury, wasn't it? Really? So his spiritual home is Highbury.
That photo was fixed. You know that photo was fixed. Yeah,
No,
it was photoshopped.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway,
no way.
Anyway, the Princess of Wales knows about Photoshop shopping, so that's she got her.
Yeah.
She got
all
her
the
hits
people
of
she
Harry
employs,
Kane.
and she's there doing a self apparently. Yeah.
Hang on, let me get that winkle out of the way. Hang on. Where's that? There was that bag on the bed. Let me get that.
Okay, semi-final draw now.
Here we go.
Still Man City
that can't open these damn balls. Like, seriously, they're not
That's
that hard to open. I promise. Right, winners of. He's got his finger over the number. Oh, geez. So that's his Atletico Madrid Dortmund game versus. I wouldn't mind this one.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll take this side.
I wouldn't mind this one, to be fair.
Look at us, assuming we're going to get past Bayern and Harry Kane, but yeah, we'll take this one.
Hey, Geeks, nice to finally meet you, mate.
And you, Brenny.
No.
Yeah, all the best, mate.
Barcelona. Oh, no. Oh,
I think I know.
So if we did get past, we'd have City or Real Madrid.
Yep.
Got to beat the best to be the best, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
So technically, you're fucked either way.
Well, do you know what? At least there's no more. Because if you know what would happen, if we've got Atletico Madrid, if we've got Dortmund, it'll be like, oh, it's only Dortmund. How could you not beat Dortmund?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like the
we've
fact
now
we're getting
got
home
either
advantage.
Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and City. The three top teams, arguably on four. Well, no, in the draw.
Are we at home first?
For both of them as well. Yeah.
Oh.
So the quarters and the semis now, which I don't like. I'll be honest.
I prefer to be home for the second leg, and in any leg, I prefer the second leg. I prefer to be home.
Does that matter as much now? Do you reckon? Even though away goals don't count, because I was always that way myself with the away goals in play, and I was like, I'd rather go there, get the job done now. But now that isn't such a factor anymore.
Yeah. True. So this is the actual draw. So Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, Atletico versus Dortmund, Real Madrid versus Man City, PSG versus Barcelona. Are they seriously picking the draw for the final?
Yeah, I think it's for who's the home side at Wembley, as though that matters.
Well, Arsenal. Oh, well, technically it will be Dortmund, PSG, Barcelona. Yeah, so we'll be the away team.
Yeah,
at home.
That's
You really think you three are getting to Wembley? You really think you're going to get to Wembley?
Well, breaking news, I'm going there anyway on the Champions League, so I'm already there. Yes, because of my work, I'm taking up my seat. So, yes, I am going there. But I'll be supporting the away team now, which is weird. So there we go.
You know what, guys? He has forgotten his mates, hasn't he? You know, he's saying we're going to. What about the three of us? You know, what about poor old Brenny who turns up every stream? Nick that is in every stream in the comments comes on to that, and me. You know, what about your mates? Forget about your mates.
Well, I'd only be thinking of Brenny or Geeks. I wouldn't be thinking of you, Dermo.
Oh,
I'll be going there chucking rotten tomatoes out. I'll tell you. Oh, why do you?
Oh.
Well, okay, Bren. Obviously, you're a late joining. So, what do you make of the Bayern Munich draw? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we are now in with the elite. You normally are in the last 8, and you know at the end of the day, you've got to play one of them because either one of those 7 teams, it's not going to be an easy ride, is it? It never is in the Champions League quarterfinals. So for me, I'm quite happy with that. And what's encouraging for me is that we've been so consistently strong defensively in the last few months, and defense is the key. I mean, to be honest, if this was a George Graham squad, he would have looked at it and think, yeah, I know exactly how we're going to get at them. You know, Arteta is now what he's done in recent weeks in terms of attacking wise. He's also, I've said this already, haven't I? Where it's like he's got the Wenger side, the attack, and then he's got the George Graham side, defense. So I'm. It's going to be tough over 2 legs, but I think we can win the home game. It's all about what we do away from home.
Yeah, it is. Before I come to Geeks and ask his opinion on it, Dermot, this is a great question by Tony. What would you prefer?
Blaming the Fifth Amendment.
You're not American, so you can't.
I am not saying anything that I may get clipped for. So I'm taking the lead back.
Are you saying that we clip on this channel? Colm, you can back down now.
You don't, but we know a certain Man United fan does.
Yeah, well, we know a certain Arsenal fan that does it as well, Tony.
Yeah, exactly. So Tony, I'm not falling into that trap. I'm claiming the Fifth Amendment.
Fair enough. But Keeks, what do you make of the draw? So we've got Bayern Munich in the quarters, and then just a little challenge against Real Madrid or City in the semis.
Yeah. I feel we were under pressure to get out the last 16. I felt like we were a little bit hamstrung with that, but we still got the job done. We got through that. I think you're going to see a freer Arsenal. Why be fearful going against Bayern Munich? Yes, obviously you can lose, but anybody, I mean, Bayern Munich are going through their own trauma right now domestically.
They are.
Right?
Yeah.
So they have seen the league. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen, what they're doing is fantastic in that league. They're the informed team of the Bundesliga. So for me, seeing Bayern Munich, there's the Harry Kane narrative, of course. But we're a different team as well, and they're going to be looking at us, and they're going to be going, well, what about their attack and their defense? You know, Upamenko having to go up against Martinelli and Saka and all of that sort of stuff, and he's been exposed by pace before. So I'm retired fetched.
Sorry, I had to put it up there straight away. Sorry,
I think I'm. Why not? I would just go. If I was Arteta, I'd be so motivated by that. And these are the games that Odegaard, Saka, all these boys should be wanting to play in. It's Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, and then possibly 2 of the biggest clubs on the planet in form-wise right now. Brilliant.
Yeah. I agree. Dermot, obviously you're a Tottenham fan, so you don't particularly care. But what do you make of the draw? Do you think, what's a tie that you're dying to watch?
Look, firstly on Arsenal Bayern Munich, just give them a 2 pence worth. You need to turn up more than you did against Porto, to be fair, to have any chance of winning that tie. It's it's the easiest tie out of the lot, actually, for you lot, to be fair, because Bayern Munich are not playing that well at the moment. As a draw as a whole, I think Barcelona's game I'm looking forward to. The Real Madrid, I think the PSG game, that's the one I'm looking for. Real Madrid, Man City for me is the game in the round. And I'm really looking forward to that one. But I'm looking forward to I love the Champions League and I love it as a whole thing. But for me, Real Madrid, Man City, that is the game for me, and that's where Pep will want to beat Real Madrid because of his Barcelona connections. He will not want to lose to them. So for me, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City for me, Bobby. But it's a game, and to you lot, you should win that. You should win that. and then you could end up with an all Premier League semi-final, which I think you're capable of beating Man City as well. Anyone can beat them on their day.
Yes,
But so
they can.
I can see a Pep Arteta reunion semi-final.
Yeah, but it's going to be over 2 legs, and we've all been saying in the group WhatsApp we don't particularly want to play Man
Yeah.
City over 2 legs. We want to play them in the final if we're going to play them.
Mm.
That, yeah. Okay, to Geeks, do you think we can make the final?
If I'm honest, I would say no, but I'm going to enjoy it regardless.
Yeah.
That is it. Come what may. I'm if I'm being absolutely honest. Sorry, I know it'd be like, of course we have a chance. We're here, right? I do feel like we can get past Bayern Munich, but it all depends about where we are in the league, the shape of the squad when we face either your Real Madrids or your Man Cities. It really does when it comes into that. For me, I worry a little bit because I think Arteta, in the emotion he puts into the side, sometimes that raw emotion can have a draining effect. So he's somehow got to navigate between here and that and the matches of the Champions League, trying to kind of get us into cold hard killers. Does that make sense? So we're just not expending too much emotion. That the passion is there and the desire to win is there. But you should have that from being a professional footballer and wanting to get trophies. So we've got a tricky balance to do there. Of course, we could make it. We've done it before. But I'm going to enjoy it regardless, guys, because we're up against some cracking teams. And this is where you want to be as a football fan.
100%. Dermot, I already know your answer. It's going to be a no. We're not going to make it to the final. Brenny?
Actually, no, actually, I think you can. If you get your bit of luck, which we had when we got... No, seriously, we got to a Champions League final where we played Ajax. We were down and out against Ajax. We were down and out against Man City away. We had our luck and we got to the final. There's nothing nobody can say that you can't get there.
Yeah,
it's if your luck's in, your luck's in.
Yeah,
but you've got to play better than you did against Porto for sure to have any shape of getting to a final. And it's an incentive. It's at Wembley.
Yeah.
What more incentive do you want? And to an English player, that should mean everything. I'm playing at the home of football, and everyone's going to want that. And you know, as much as I don't like Arsenal, I'm a Spurs fan. I hope you lose terribly 25-0. But from a football fan and from a Premier League point of view, how good is it for the Premier League to have a Premier League side in the Champions League final? Either if it's you or Man City.
Yeah.
For the brand itself, how good is that going to, and how dominating the Premier League have been in the Champions League over the last couple of seasons? It's back to the 80s.
Yeah.
It's back to how we were in the 80s.
The worst case scenario for me from that perspective would be like there's a potential there for to be having 3 La Liga teams in the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just kind of, that's not what we want to see from as you said, from the Premier League point of view. As in England, that's not what we want to see. So 100%, yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. So Bren, what do you think? How far do you think we make it?
You know what, we can make it to the final, but we just need that bit of luck. I would rather face Real Madrid in the semis if we get past Bayern. And the reason why I say that as well is because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what era. Doesn't matter who's the manager. We've never beaten an English team in European competition, and I'd rather face Real Madrid for that reason alone. Because, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel that if it is a Arsenal Man City semi, I think that will weigh heavily on the minds of the players as well. You know what I mean? And what I'm afraid is that I just want just want Arteta to just let the boys play, let them attack the way we've been attacking. Just let them try and control the midfield, then defend the way they've been defended. You know what I mean? And try not to have this Gareth Southgate like negative attitude. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because if that happens, we'll get beaten.
We'll get mashed.
Just do what he's been doing in the last few weeks. That's all you can do. That's all you can all you can do.
I'm going to attempt to stream at some point in the near future where no one mentions City, because I get in trouble as soon as City gets mentioned. And now Brenny has also mentioned the Southgate word. Like, seriously, that's double whammy for me. I'm in so much trouble later now. I said I'm going to go on there for an hour, and I will avoid saying the City one, like talk about them as in a positive, because I can't stand them. I can't. And Southgate, yeah, I thought I'll be safe with him today. To be fair, I didn't think we'd have to mention him.
You threw a question though on the Ben White thing.
Oh God,
do you back? No, no, seriously though.
I'll take it down. Go on, go for it. Yeah.
Do you? Look, he's just gone off now. No, seriously though, a player look, he's been called up to play for his country. If that's me being called up to play for Ireland, I would play for Ireland, no matter what I think. Do you think there's more going on there than meets the eye?
100%.
And how do you feel about him turning down to play for your country? I mean, how does that make, as England fans, how does that make you feel?
Of course, ultimately, it comes down to the individual, right? That's what it comes down to. And I think this whole situation now, when we find the narratives that go on in mainstream media regarding Arsenal and all the rest of it, I think things can get twisted really, really quickly. But I would remind people, a far more influential player made the same decision, and that was Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
And Paul Scholes turned around and he said, I'm not going to be any more of the, he didn't feel comfortable, whatever it was. That wasn't for him. And he was arguably one of the greatest English midfielders of that generation.
Yeah,
Zidane turned around and said, Paul Scholes is the one. That's good enough for me. So if Paul Scholes can make that decision and he could have far more of an effect on the games, then why can't other players, regardless of their club? And that's that. Of course, there's that disappointment because you want to see, as Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans, how much pride do you get when you see your players in the international lineup? You're like, oh, yeah, we've got 4 in there, or we've got 5. It's brilliant. But you have to respect the decisions, and if somebody feels that they're going to be in a toxic situation and whatever it may be, then you've got to respect the maturity, right? Because it's got to be a hard thing to turn around and say what he's, to decline. It's got to be difficult.
He's got balls. I'll give him that. He's got a pair of balls, actually. Whatever you think of Southgate, and whatever you think of where in your England, where you as a nation are within the national scene, it takes balls to turn down. I'm not going to the Euros or going to a World Cup. I don't know what Benny and the anti-international fan above Brenny thinks. What do you, as from an Arsenal point of view, Brenny, how do you support him? Do you think, I'm backing you because you're our player, or do you have it from an England fan's point of view? Nah, mate, you're turning down your country.
No, I'm sticking with Ben White on this. And at the end of the day, I mean, club comes first for country, and in all honesty, maybe something happened a while back with White, basically saying, well, looking at it, thinking, look at all these fullbacks that they've got, and I've probably been performing just as good as them, but I know they'll be ahead of me as well. He's probably thinking, well, at the end of the day, why am I gonna, with the form that I'm in, I'll be lucky if I even get looking in these friendlies. So, and he's probably thinking we've got important games coming up for Arsenal, so he's probably thinking on that scale as well. So fair play to him. Maybe there's something between him and Southgate. He's probably thinking, well, if someone else was to come in and say become England manager, who knows? It probably that manager will probably hold him to high regard, and would be in his future squad.
I mean, I go back to the Roy Keane thing at Sepang back in 2002 when he walked out on us
Yeah.
in the World Cup. And at the time, I was thinking, you're traitor. But years later, when you hear fully what's gone on, I'm thinking, fair play to you. You had a pair of balls. Well, we know Roy Keane's got a big pair.
Yeah.
But you had a set of standards that you would not let it drop. And I think Ben Wright's done the same thing. So as a football fan, I'm not an England fan. I'm a massive Ireland fan. I hope England get knocked out of every tournament as soon as you go into it, to be fair. And we are going to beat you on the 7th of September in Dublin. Just come over and we're going to smash the lights out of you. But I say fair play.
Are you talking rugby? Or you talking rugby? Because if you're talking rugby,
we got you in the... Yeah, I know, yeah. Don't mention the rugby. Do not mention the rugby. We'll beat you in the soccer. But I feel Ben Wright, fair play to him. And I hold my hands up, and Leeds got balls. I know Bobby's enjoying this conversation. I'd love to know what Bobby's thoughts are on this.
It's a trap.
Yeah, exactly. It's a trap. I just want to quickly talk about Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich won't have any fans at the Emirates.
Okay.
They got banned, didn't they? For the Lazio incident with the fireworks. So they won't have any fans at the Emirates. So to be honest, we need to win that game 4 or 5-0.
Yeah,
if I'm honest. I know it sounds mental. Yeah, just to take it over to Munich. Look, I'll be honest. I don't think this is the Munich that we've played against before, so I'm not that worried about them. But we do need to take advantage of that home advantage now, because it is a massive home advantage. Like playing just in front of our fans. We should, for me, win comfortably 3 or 4-0. But we'll wait and see. Regarding Benjamin White, there's always 2 sides to the story, and that's how I'm going to leave it there. That's how I'm going to leave it. Brenny and Geeks know this. I'm Team White. I will always be Team White on this. I know what's been said. Definitely. I know what's happened behind the scenes. I'm Team White. Simple as that. And I can't wait for Southgate to leave.
Sorry, with me.
No, it's all right, mate. It's the little puppy. It sounds like a massive dog.
It sounds like it's like one of them big dogs, Bobby. Right? You're thinking it's a massive thing. Yeah, massive. And he comes on and it's about this big. You know, you're looking
so big.
Yeah, the Jesus.
My word. Oh, crikey.
That was my son returning home. I do apologise. You know, the front door is like right there. So
you're telling me that was your son making that noise? Jesus.
That's what
it's better than his cat impression. His cat impression isn't so good, but his dog, he's got it down to a T. So
me and Bobby are still convinced you've got a massive wolfhound there or something like that.
Seriously, I'll put it on the WhatsApp.
Yeah,
you won't believe it when you see it.
What was I saying? So Bayern Munich, no fans at the Emirates. That's an advantage for us, which should be. You both agree there, Geeks and Brenny, that should be an advantage.
100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. We could be the 12th, 13th, and 14th man. You know what I mean? More so,
yeah, it should be. Trying to go through some.
Your fans have to turn up that night. Your fans,
they have to. They have
to make that place as hostile and as. Do you remember when you came to us and we made it hostile? Remember that time we beat 3-1 for the race to the Champions League?
I block out all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but basically, the point I'm making, the fans.
Are you sure that happened? I don't think that happened.
That night at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we made you feel uncomfortable. You could see the Arsenal players did not want to be out there because we made it so hostile. You have to do that with Bayern Munich. And if you do that, you watch them players crumble because they're not going to be fully behind Tuchel. He's leaving. So they're thinking, why do we care? If they crumble under immense pressure from your fans, you should win that. And I agree with Bobby, 3 or 4-0. But you've got to make that place as hostile and as... that even if a player goes for a throw-in, I don't want to take the throw-in. I don't want to come out the tunnel. I want to stay in the dressing room. You do it how we did it when we beat you before the ball was kicked because of what our fans were doing. I don't know if you agree with that, Brenny or Geeks, and Bobby. But do you feel really you have to make Highbury as an intense an environment as possible?
Highbury, of course. I mean, it's all flats now, and I think we should have that as like the Emirates will be.
I don't call it. I'd always call it Highbury. It's like I call our stadium White Hart Lane.
I feel like we've really got to, as you said, use our advantages. That back line is not going to want to go up against our forward line, and we've just got to. I honestly believe you've just got to go for the jugular. There is. I don't want to see Arteta trying to set them up to kind of, even though we're good defensively. I mean, what a pleasure that is to be able to say that after all these years, right, guys? The scars of Mustafi and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, it's just like, I just want to see the handbrake off. You know, similar to Southgate with England. Just go out there and make a statement. We're up against one of the biggest teams in Europe. Go for it. That's where I am with it, and the fans will follow. The Emirates the atmosphere is really ramping up, and the fact that is going to be 100% home fans, it's going to be no respite for them. So and don't underestimate. I think there is an advantage for Arsenal here, where we are seen as the underdog. The pressure's going to be on Bayern. They've seen the title slip away the first time in 11 years. Now they've got to go, they can't let the Champions League slip. I think more pressure is on them than us.
I agree.
No,
100%.
I agree. Big up to everyone that's been commenting. There's loads of them, so I won't have time to catch them all up. But big up to Chris. I've seen him in the comments. He did predict that Arsenal City in the semi-finals for some reason. Could happen. He got Edo to make. That is a very important factor in this, and this is what people have got to understand. There was no direct communication between the England camp and Ben White, and there's a reason for that. I won't say what Ben White's words are, but it would be a very heated conversation between the two of them. That's what I'd say. Let's try and quickly go through some of this. Brenny asked Dermot about last Saturday. I'm guessing that's to do with the rugby. You need to win 3 now. 100% there. Boris Britt, big up to you. Sorry to say they won't crumble. Bayern are one of those teams you either win a match by 1 or 2 goals or get smashed 5 to 6 goals. Arsenal have seen that, and so have Barca. To be fair, Barcelona have lost a few games this season quite heavily. There was a 5-1, I'm sure there was in the league for them at home as well. I think. Am I wrong in saying that? I'm sure they lost 5-1.
I haven't really been checking
it, wasn't there?
Yeah. They've definitely not been doing brilliantly this season. Dermot, you beat us because of the reference. Oh dear. Okay.
Can I just? There is something on that. Philip has a forfeit. It's to do with the North London derby, and I have a thought. I that we would do something now. My forfeit is to come on to an Armory watch-along and not be my usual Tottenham. So I have to sit for 90 minutes and support Arsenal.
You do that to yourself. Okay, fair enough.
No, it wasn't me that brought it. That Philip made the. See, a lot of them want to see if England. Right, this was it. If England beat Ireland in the 7th of September, I have to come on here to one of your watch-alongs, Bobby and Brenny, and sit there for 90 minutes and not give one word out against Arsenal. I have to be sort of an Arsenal
Who gets
fan.
to choose the match?
Well, you do.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Bobby's just won the lottery there. Did you see that?
No, not Tottenham Arsenal. You're not doing that.
But you didn't put that in the little.
You need to speak to Mr. Brady.
Oh,
Bobby.
I will speak to Mr. Brady.
No, that is if Ireland beat England, Bobby, you have to do the forfeit on the other hand. So I think it's only fair.
I haven't agreed to any of this.
It's like, no, run, Bobby, run.
I'm getting cold into this. This has nothing to do with me.
But no, that is.
Now we've reached the end of our stream.
If England do beat Ireland, that's my forfeit. I have to come on to do an Arsenal watch along and sit there and not slag Arsenal off. I have to support.
You do realise there is a very good chance England will beat Ireland. In real talk, this is not me being English against the Irish. In real talk, I forget there's a good chance.
No, just say you haven't beaten this in 33 years competitively. In any competitive match, England have not beaten Ireland in 33 years.
And Tottenham haven't won a league for 61 years.
Yeah, but we've won the Audi Cup. We've won the Audi Cup.
Oh God!
We've won the Tiger Cup.
2-time Audi winner.
That's it. Why not?
Oh,
No,
God.
we should
And-
celebrate that.
And Spurs fans laugh at us when we talk about winning the Shield. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I
Um,
still laugh at that intro. You jumping up and down with the Charity Shield.
I
Yeah,
hope Arsenal
I-
make
I-
it through. If you know, you know. Thank you, mate. Appreciate
Just a
that.
quick question. I was looking at stuff yesterday. Would you bring back the Cup Winners' Cup as a format?
Yeah,
I
I
would.
would. That was a great
I
competition.
love the Cup
Yeah.
Winners' Cup.
Great competition.
Yeah,
Technically,
I
you
don't-
could still have that as an extra one as well. Just Cup winners
I
only.
loved it as a
Yeah.
format. I loved it as a format.
Why don't they do that?
I don't know,
If you
because
win
why
the
do we
FA
need like
Cup-
3 types of the same thing just for...
I think if you win the FA Cup, you're going to the Cup Winners' Cup. There's
That'd be
nothing wrong
brilliant,
with that
wouldn't
competition.
No, it wasn't.
Us four can remember back in the day, 3 European competitions. Champions went into the European Cup. Second to fifth, I think, went into the UEFA Cup.
UEFA Cup.
And
That's
you
right.
won the FA. And you won the FA Cup. You went into the Cup Winners' Cup.
And all the last season's winners were all in the Cup Winners from around, and it was brilliant. I loved it.
It was. We won it once.
In
Yeah.
Lane, we're in an Arsenal shout.
Yeah, you can.
I've got what was that Die Hard 3 sort of vibes, you know, where he's got the bald sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm not going to do it naked, but yeah, I can see your point.
God.
Hey, we didn't go there.
Yeah, I don't know
No.
where's the nakedness come from. Really?
I think Geeks meant.
Ladies' underwear, rubbing myself with peanut butter.
Innit?
Where's this stream going, people? Where is it going?
So this was my first and only invite onto the Armory.
After this one, after this one, Bobby's barring me.
Especially knockout Cup Winners' Cup would be great. Yeah, for me it would be, but it's UEFA, nothing to do with us.
What do you guys think on the UEFA thing, the new Champions League format?
Oh,
I'm only asking a question, Bobby.
I'll let these two answer then. I'm keeping.
Dermo, I'll answer that. It's if any of you have played Football Manager, I've gone into seasons where they have that format. It is so bad. You know what I mean? It's a case of you play a team at home, then you play another team away. It's like it's just randomly selected fixtures. I'm thought, is this really what it's going to be like? It's really poor. Just you know what? If it ain't broke, you know what I mean? Just leave it.
Exactly.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
it's awful. I'm not looking forward to the format.
Nah.
No, I'm not.
You're the same, Geeks.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's a Super League.
I'm the same with Brady. It doesn't. Why do we need to
Yeah, 100%, Dermo, 100%.
Super League. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We still won't win it, and Arsenal won't win it, so it makes no damn difference who gets into it.
The new Champions League format is a default. Yeah, it is 100%. It's just as basic as Super League. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to run around and see where you can find everybody. So we'll start with Dermo. Dermo,
you can start with Geeks first. You can start with Geeks.
Oh no, I want to do Geeks as the last. I want him to list everything that we can find him on. So Dermo, where can I find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at James Morse 10. You can find me on Facebook now as well. We're setting up our THFC to live Facebook page. You can find us on YouTube, of course. THFC, hit that subscription button. Well, I'll be on today at 4:00 with the Daily Hotspur news show. I'm going to put up today the 3-minute Spurs news from the Godfather himself, Mr. Philip Brady. We've got watch-alongs tomorrow for them. Hopefully, Bobby's joining us for that watch-along. And we've got watch-alongs. We've got the Unholy Trinity podcast, the 3 most unholiest Irishmen talking about football, which is now on St. Patrick's Day on Sunday. So we're going to have a bit of a laugh at that. And also do a video of guards raiding a poaching factory. But we don't have the sound down. We just talk about we just take the piss out of other football teams while they're doing it. So it's a bit of fun. And just like and subscribe, trying to get to 2K. So get us down. Please get these guys to 1K. And please subscribe on the Armory, the Full-Time Sports Network. And please look out for Brenny and look out for Geeks. And Bobby, all gentlemen. And I've got a great time for and great respect for as well. So thanks, Bobby, for having me on. And, it's a pleasure as always. But please like and subscribe everywhere. But do it on THFC first. You're home of Tottenham.
Thank you very much. Brenny, my pod brother, thank you for coming on again, mate. Where can they find you?
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can find me on X. You can also find me on Instagram. And also you can find me here on the Armory TV. And thanks to Dermo as well, the legend that he is, for coming on. And he didn't even tell us who are Spurs not playing on Thursday night in the Europa League. I'd love to find out. And, but they may even be in the Champions League next year. So, hopefully not, but I think they will. But thank you, Dermo. You're an absolute gent, mate. And nice meeting you at last, Geeks. And thanks for all that you've shown to us in the chats as well. And now you're finally on the channel. And look forward to many, many more streams with you, mate. And yeah, thank you to all.
Thank you. Right, before I bring Geeks up, I want to say thank you ever so much, Geeks, for one, being always in the comments. I know what you've been going through personally as well, so I appreciate all the support that you've always shown me as well, because you've always been in my comments when I was doing shows, so I really appreciate it. And obviously now you've joined the wonderful Armory family as well in the WhatsApp, so you can be on the shows whenever you can and whenever you're available. But now is your time, and I do want you to list anywhere they can find you.
Really?
All right, so thank you very much, Geeks, but this is Geeks moment.
Thank you. Okay. Well, firstly, I just want to say thank you, Bobby, because as you know, I've got a YouTube channel. Kind of stopped for a while for personal health reasons, and I'm just purely here as a fan of the Armory, of Bobby. I feel quite starstruck being on the same on the same stream as Brenny. It's like so. I'm Geeks of Muckleby practically across any platform. We're a family channel. We do absolutely anything and everything from gaming, football, blah, 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 blah. So, but no, I just a big thank you, because I was so nervous coming on today. And so after all the streams I've done, it's ridiculous. But gentlemen, thank you very, very much. This was very pleasurable. So yeah, thank you very much. And I will always be here for the Armory. So thank you.
Big up to you, mate. But I know Tony said, can you put the links in? I will try and sort it out. I can't promise I'll do it straight away. I've got other stuff to do, but I will do my utmost to put Geeks YouTube. But it's literally Geeks of Muckleby.
Yeah, it's Geeks
on Twitter as well.
On Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you.
But yeah, it's I noticed it because it was a reaction thing, and I like the reaction things on YouTube, and that's why Geeks all of a sudden come up. And he was already in my comments as well, so I was like, this is awesome. But yeah, and then we finally got him on. And Tony, this is why we've been trying to get you into the chat as well. Try and get you in the WhatsApp so we can get you on as well. We want to get everybody involved. Chris, we're gonna try and get you involved a week on Saturday with the show that I'm doing on that Saturday. So we're going to try and do everything we possibly can. Big up to Raheem saying great stream, lads, and welcome, Geeks. Love the John, even if he is I've just realised who it is now. Now I realised who it is. Okay. Thank you, Cannons. Sorry. I was like
Cannons.
I was like the name.
Oh, now I am starstruck.
Can I just actually say, even though this is part of an Arsenal channel, I've actually had my Mrs. Tron says to me, you come off that with so much, all you can see is laughter when I come on. We'll do a stream with Bobby or Brenny and that. Yeah. And it's absolute pleasure coming on with legends that are the three. And I love it coming on here because it's a bit of fun. We have our banter, but that's what it should be.
Gentle banter.
Yeah.
So I'm inviting you two lads. I know Bobby's coming on for the North London Derby week as well. I want to invite you two lads on, and also onto the.
I'll definitely be on. Yeah.
Yeah. Also onto our podcast as well, our Unholy Trinity podcast. We'll get you three of you on, and we'll have it's a bit of a laugh, but yeah, it's been a pleasure meeting the three of you, and thanks again.
If he's our favourite spud, does that just make him our favourite potato? Is that what he's going to be?
Yeah, it is.
Funny enough, I love potatoes, so it's all good with me. So
yeah,
I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fine about that.
It's the messages Bobby sends me after this is the problem. Like, it's like it's like we put you back in your box now, a bit like Lego Man. His missus takes him apart, right, and puts them into his Lego box at night, and then she puts them back together in the morning.
Right. As for me, obviously, I've got streams this weekend as well. I've got one tonight, Chelsea versus Arsenal.
Big game, massive game, must win for Arsenal.
Thankfully, Lacasse and Fox are back, so hopefully they're actually part of the squad tonight from the Gold Cup. Tomorrow, I will be heading over to the dirty side of London. I will be. I'm going to join Dermot on the Fulham Tottenham watch along. See, look at his smile. He's so excited by it.
I
Go Fulham.
It's like, no, seriously. I'm so seriously, I'm so honoured to have him on. It's like I've been trying for a while, and I've been doing a lot of his end, and for him to come over to me, it's like I've got a legend coming on. It's a bit like a legend.
He walks among us. Yes,
He does walk amongst us. He's the Batman of our community. That's what he is.
Batman's on my arm, actually. Batman's on my arm.
Yeah.
awesome.
We've got Brenny as Superman. No, it's Green Lantern, because he's just that sort of. And we've got Nick as
I
Superman.
can't see that. What's Geeks got down there?
It's got Batman right there.
Oh, is it? I can't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't
Okay, then
realise.
you can be Robin. Then there you go.
Robin.
I'm a massive Batman fan.
Oh, there you go. But which Batman do you reckon I've got on my arm?
Keaton.
Del Boy and Rodney.
It's got to be Keaton.
Geeks. Which Batman?
Keaton. Yeah, I'd say Keaton.
There you go. This is why I love these three. It is Michael Keaton.
We have to do a Batman stream now. We have to do a superhero stream now. We rarely do for the crack.
Well, I loved the latest one. That was awesome. So,
I mean, I'm a massive Marvel fan. I've got Iron Man tattooed up here.
Deimos was in that.
I've got Thor
Was he
here as
really?
well.
He was, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he played. You see him right behind Lieutenant Gordon towards the end of the movie. He was in a couple of scenes playing a police officer.
I have to go look back now. I thought you were going to say you was Catwoman. I was going to be like, that was amazing makeup.
I'll tell you what, if he was Catwoman, I would have asked him for a loan. I'll tell you, with the money he probably would have got paid.
Sunday.
That's what Bobby does on the Saturday night, guys. He goes out as Catwoman. Now it's out now.
Anyway. Oh dear. Right, Sunday. We're doing Man United versus Liverpool, the FA Cup watch along. Colm should be here for that one. I don't think he's going to bow out of that one. Dermot, are you joining us for that one?
Yeah, of course I'm joining.
Yeah. So I'm doing it as a neutral. Dermot's just doing it to wind up Colm, and Colm's obviously there as a United fan. That's pretty much how it works in our family. I'm doing it as a neutral. Dermot's just there to wind Colm up, and Colm just cries a lot.
And then Philip Brady's there to wind. Then Philip Brady's also trying to be neutral as well.
Oh, to be fair, Mr. Brady's joined us on the couple, and to be fair, he is very neutral. I've never met such a neutral Tottenham fan in my life.
You want to see him when Tottenham lose. You want to see.
I'm hoping this is he doing it tomorrow with.
He is. Philip. I love Philip the bits, right? I really do. He's my co-host. Love him the bits. But when Tottenham lose, he says for about 10 or 15 minutes, "I'm leaving. I'm leaving." Right. I'm looking at the watch. Right. Philip, you said that 10 minutes ago. I'm going. Well, you're still here. I'm going. And then the stream, and then he says, "I'm going," and I go before him. So just don't mention Donald Trump to him. That should, if you want Philip to explode, just mention Donald Trump. Exactly, Neil. Neil's got it spot on. Yeah. He loves him, by the way. Hello, Mr. Brady, if you're watching. I do apologize.
Tony's having issues finding your channel. It's THFC till I die.
Maybe Tony's having a problem putting the THFC bit in.
Yeah, to be fair, it might be against any.
He's probably just putting till I die.
But guys, I need to go because I need to crack on with the rest of my day. Thank you ever so much for everybody. Geeks, it's been an absolute pleasure. PB, always love you, mate. Dermot,
and you too, mate.
I do love you, mate. Though. I'll speak to you all later, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Where's my yellow card?
It's not working. Hang on. Are you trying to do a video? Is that what it is?